Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome back. We have reached day 25 of our 25 Drams of Christmas. We're on the last day. Christmas Day is here. We have a brand new limited whiskey. This is one that was sent to me by one of my patrons, Christopher David. We're going to be talking about Woodford Reserve Masters Collection Chocolate Malted Rye. Now, this is one I could have bought a bottle of locally. I decided not to. Hadn't tried it yet. I still haven't tried it yet. It's going to be my first time trying it for you. Let's talk about it a little bit. Now, as I mentioned, it's called the Woodford Reserve Chocolate Malted Rye. Now, it's not a rye whiskey. The way the name, says, you would think it's a rye whiskey. But what it is it's actually 70% corn, 15% that chocolate malted rye, and then they also use a 15% distiller's malt. So, the big difference in this Masters Collection expression is they're using that chocolate malted rye, which, it's just what it sounds like. It typically will bring more of those chocolatey notes. That type of rye they use gives those type of flavors instead. Now, this is the same proof as what a normal Woodford Reserve or Woodford Reserve Double Oaked would be. 45.2%, that's kind of their standard. That 90.4, that seems to be what they go with. So, let's look at color here first. There is no information on age at all, so we don't know that. Very thin in the glass, but it does have nice color. It's almost a chocolate color in the glass to me. Medium caramel, not many legs as I mentioned, it's pretty thin. Probably has to do with that proof too, being so low. So let's go to the nose, guys. Merry Christmas. Yeah, so as the name would imply, it immediately hits you with just a punch of cocoa, like cocoa nips. It definitely has that maltiness though in here. It's got that like malt liquor smell to me a little bit. It still holds true to the Woodford Reserve profile though, that Brown-Forman kind of fruity, bananas Foster, banana split type nose. But the chocolate most definitely amplifies this. It smells very mellow. Very mellow on the nose. There's no flavors really fighting you at all. A nice pleasant nose. The maltiness, like I said, I'm not a big fan of that malt flavor myself. So that's the one negative I would say so far about this. But not a bad nose by any means. Let's go to the taste here. Cheers. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. So that was almost like a toasted, dusted chocolate. So think of like a dust of chocolate powder, like cocoa powder, Nesquik chocolate milk mix, something like that, and just dusted on like a dessert. That's kind of how it was. So light dusting of chocolate. That's what it tasted like to me. That fruitiness is still in here though. Lighter fruits. Like I said, to me it always seems to be almost like a banana note. A very vanilla, creamy, desserty banana note. I don't mind it. I don't. It's got a little bit of a funk to me though. Like the end of the palate has a bit of a funk. I can't describe what that funk is, but the mouthfeel is surprisingly good for being that low proof. I was expecting almost no finish, no burn, but the back of my tongue is actually really leaving a nice mouthfeel, nice mouth coating, and the chocolate note is just lingering. To me, it tastes more like a dark chocolate versus a milk chocolate, but that note seems to just be lingering on the back of the palate. Let's go one more sip here. Yeah, it seems with some sips I get more of like that maltiness, and other sips I just get that desserty, vanilla, banana, ice cream, chocolate for sure. It comes through, so it just depends on the sip. Like that last sip I just took was more malty again. I don't know. I think I'm a little torn about this whiskey, honestly. I think for me, I would probably personally shy away from this at this price point. Now this whiskey does come in at $130. That's a massive number. $130, you can get damn near every bourbon or whiskey cheaper than that, It's got good flavor, but to me the proof is just too low, 45.2. For what I'm seeking out usually, especially at the higher price points, I would appreciate at least some amplified proof. Doesn't have to be barrel proof necessarily, just amplified in proof. The flavors are good. I just don't think it's $130 good. That's my thing. And I asked other people in the whiskey community, like, hey, should I pick this up or should I pass on it? It says price, and they're like, you'll enjoy it, but at that price. And I agree. I'm very, very fortunate and very glad I'm able to try this before I did buy a sample. As I mentioned, it's good. It's definitely good. It's just, for my money, I would rather lean towards something with a little bit more amplified, rich, fuller flavor. All right, everyone, we have made it. The 25 Drams of Christmas, we're done. Thank you all so much for following the series. If you're catching this video on the last day, please do give this series a chance. We tried some great whiskeys this month. Man, we tried so many good whiskeys this month. I love doing this. It was a great time. I really hope I can do this again next year. For those of you that did follow the series, I'd be curious to hear what was your favorite whiskey that I talked about during this 25 days. A lot of budget options, some higher proof stuff, some higher value stuff we talked about. We had some good ones in there. So let me know which one you like the most. Which one would you like to most pick up if you can? I'd be curious to hear that. I appreciate each and every one of you watching this series. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button and that subscribe button. Also, please hit the bell notification so you know when I put out a new video. Soon, we are going to be doing Unicorn Week, as I mentioned in the previous couple videos. About a week from now, we're probably going to do that. And we will also be having our Whiskey Awards episode coming up. So, best whiskey, best value whiskey, most disappointing whiskey. So we've got quite a few different categories. And I've got some ideas for it. So it should be a good time. I appreciate each and every one of you hanging out. I will see you all very soon. Stay insane, everyone.